Hi there, Taurus. Welcome to RuneScopes by Amanda. That's me. This is your Ember reading. This month, in conjunction with the runes, I will be using the Medieval Scapini deck by Luigi Scapini. Then, as always, after this reading, be sure to join me for part 2 of Ember. Over on the Vimeo channel, I will be pulling and interpreting one card from Nature's Whispers Oracle cards by Angela Hartfield and Josephine Wall for the spiritual advice for how you can handle the month of first. So that link is below in the info box. Just click or tap show more or the little arrow below the video for all that information. But let's get these runes cast for Taurus. What's going on with Taurians? Now, as always, Taurus, keep in mind these are general readings for thousands of people who identify with the sign of Taurus. So some of these messages may not resonate with you specifically. In fact, you know, there will be some that don't because it's for other Tauruses that are watching. You can always check out the video for your rising sign as well to get additional messages and information. But if you're really looking for some specific guidance regarding your specific circumstances, the only way I can do that is connecting with your energy one-on-one in a private session. I do private sessions on Skype for $3. Just email me, links below. It's also here in the video probably somewhere, hopefully. Yeah, just drop me a line and we can check that out. That's always going to trump anything that comes up in these general readings and take out the guesswork. But in general, what's going on? Your challenge or focus, that's where we start here. And your challenge or focus is coming up as a person. We've got the Knight of Cups here, Taurus. So this could be a water sign person in your life. So this would be Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. These court cards can be male or female in these general readings. For some of you, it's going to be a male. Others of you, it's going to be a female. Knights are generally, if you're younger, this could be one of your children. It could be a younger sibling. It could be someone you're dating, but let's see what's coming through here. Well, I feel like the challenge with this person, it's coming up with the rune of interdependence. So maybe this is somebody that you would like to get closer to. You would like to have some sort of interdependence. Maybe you feel like you've been there for them, but they're not there for you, or are not. Maybe just they're not available. Maybe they are busy with other activities and aren't going to be able to show up for you in some way, maybe literally show up for you at some event, or show up to do something they promised they were going to do. This is somebody who can make, the Knights are a bit immature. So, I mean, this could be an adult who's just kind of behaving irresponsibly, like a younger energy. During the month of I feel like this is somebody who promises that you can depend on them for this, that, or the other, and then they can't go through with it for whatever reason. Maybe there's a scheduling conflict. They drop the ball in some way with responsibility here. Now, for some of you, I do feel like this is somebody that you are dating. It's coming through in a couple of different ways. If this is somebody that you started dating previous to earlier this year, it's almost like you're wanting to introduce them to your friends, your family. You're wanting to kind of like, you know, you're at that point and maybe they're not ready, even though maybe they said they were, and then they change their mind, or worst case scenario, don't show up, kind of stand you up. So, the way that this can work, these readings, the way they're really beneficial is knowing that ahead of time. Maybe take the pressure off a little bit. If somebody's not ready or indicating to you that they're a little bit unsure about their schedule, or unsure if they're ready to meet like your friends, your family. Because, I mean, it is kind of a nerve-wracking thing if you're being introduced to people because you're kind of put on the spot. And maybe this is somebody who's a little bit more shy or reserved, not comfortable in groups of people, or especially strangers. So, yeah, somebody you're dating here, Taurus, may just not be quite ready to meet the family. And it doesn't mean they're never going to be, but maybe they just need a little bit more time. So, I mean, if they've indicated that to you, try your best not to pressure them. Now, this can also be somebody pressuring you to meet their family and friends. In these general readings, it can go either way. For some of you, it's you being pressured to meet someone's family, someone's friends, and you may not be ready. And again, another way this can work is don't stand someone up. Definitely let them know if you're not going to be able to make it. You know, and be honest about it. Just be like, you know, I thought I was ready for this, but I just, would you mind if we put it up? That way the person has at least the opportunity to cancel, or, you know, we'll tell everybody we're going to do it another time, something. Because I feel like if it's not handled in the right way, either you or the other person's going to get, you know, pissed off, and there's going to be like a radio silence for a little bit here. Now, this could also be for some of you, your friends or family trying to set you up with someone. And maybe they've done that in the past, but they got it like way, way wrong. But Taurus, I mean, if somebody's trying to set you up in her, maybe they get it right. I mean, and it could be, you know, this Cups person, a water sign. Water and earth can make a very good balance, a good balanced relationship. You tend to be looking for long-term stability, both of you, in relationships and everything, really, financially, all of that stuff. But water signs are notoriously sometimes not the best with money. Now, not all of them. I'm sure there are some water signs with a lot of earth in their chart, or air signs rising, that are excellent with money. But it's a good balance when you have the more analytical with the more emotional, the more intuitive element. So if somebody's trying to set you up, like with a friend, with a coworker, like, I feel like somebody's going to be, maybe for some of you, trying to set you up, and you'd be hesitant because before you were like, oh God, they've gotten it wrong before, maybe multiple times. Give it a shot. But I mean, you know, you can definitely kind of set your criteria, right? Like, I'd rather not be one-on-one. I'd rather it be in like a party setting or a group setting or an event where there's more people. You know, there's nothing wrong with stipulating your terms here. Let me see if anything else is coming through with this. Now, for others of you, this could just be a family member, like I said before, that's proving difficult, again, letting you down. They're promising they're going to come to an event or help you with something, and then they don't show up to do their part. So again, knowing that in advance, I mean, I feel like you're going to end up doing whatever this person was supposed to do yourself. So maybe just plan on that. And then if they show up, it's even better. But in the present energy, so for some of you, this will be whenever you're watching this video. For others of you, in August, early September-ish would be present. We've got the Hermit card. Got two major arcana in your reading here for her. So, many of you have been taking time out. Maybe you've been just kind of staying in. Some of you have been studying for an exam, or studying for, maybe just studying for your own enjoyment, your own enrichment, doing a lot of reading, researching, or maybe just being on your own, vegging out at home. Maybe you needed that time because Taurus rune is here. I feel like you felt, I think you've really enjoyed it, if that's been the case. Maybe some of you even had like a little staycation, and or you're doing that here in August earlier. Kind of withdrawing, focusing on your own pursuits. But with the Hermit, there's usually enrichment. You know, maybe you found a mentor or an author. I just see you reading. I'm seeing a very studious, with Taurus, I get a very studious energy. Maybe some of you went off to college, and you are spending all your time in the evenings studying after class. So we started a new semester here. But whatever this is, it does seem like whatever you are, if you are studying, if you are researching, if you are doing a lot of reading, this is going to lead to a breakthrough or some really good luck for you. So yeah, if you're studying for any kind of exam or certification, or anything like, or any kind of major, any kind of course that you're taking, this studying is going to pay off long term with Taurus rune. You've got a lot of protection and luck around you with this and with Taurus rune. Some of you have been trying to figure out how to overcome some sort of hurdle or overcome some sort of obstacle. So, and you've been researching that. And it could be in any area of life. Maybe it's a work project or some sort of legal situation, and you're trying to find like, where do I go to take care of this? What bureau or office do I go to take care of this? So yeah, for the month of September, because the Hermit is the 9 for September, it'd be a bit of a reclusive month. Maybe that's why your friends are like, you gotta, for some of you, you gotta come out, Taurus. We gotta get you out here. Maybe some of you went through a breakup recently or a divorce, and now they're like, we gotta get you back out here on the horse with this Knight of Cups. So, and it looks like it will be worth it, Taurus, if your friends are trying to drag you out. Your friends or your family are trying to get you to go out and have some fun. It does seem like they're, you know, now some of them may be setting you up without telling you, but it's going to be all right. It does look like it's going to work out for most of you in a very positive way, because the help that's going to be available during the month of September, you've got the Lover's card. So, I mean, this is a wonderful new influence. It would be a newer influence with Aeol. This is always a new person that we're meeting, a new person coming into our life. And it doesn't have to be a love relationship. This could just as easily be a new friend that you're meeting. Maybe this person is a friend of a friend and you just really hit it off. Or maybe it's somebody one of your friends works with, or one of your siblings works with, and you meet them at this event and you just really hit it off. But I think for most of you, we are talking about a romantic relationship here. But definitely someone new. So they would have come in recently, or you're meeting them in there. And, you know, no matter what the stumbling blocks are, if it is a situation where they're not ready to meet the family and friends, like, this is not the end of the world. Iwaz is saying, don't end this relationship over that. This is not a reason to, like, if you're that quick to ditch a relationship, then, you know, maybe you're not ready to be in one. Relationships are hard work. There are challenges. Just because someone's not on the same page or ready to go at the same speed that we are doesn't mean that it can't work out. It's all about compromise, give and take, right? So whatever happens with that, or whatever obstacle occurs in her, if that's the way this is working out, it's not the end of the relationship. It doesn't have to be unless you make it. Because the Lovers is all about someone choosing to be with you and you choosing to be with them. And that choice is being made, but again, it's more slow, steady progress with Iwaz. I mean, this indicates that this can work, but it will take time, you know. I don't know, we live in such a fast-paced world these days. Everybody wants to fast forward. You know, we just exchanged a few texts and now, are we in a relationship yet? When are we getting married? I mean, you can't do that. Not everybody's ready at the same speed for things like that. So, and the same thing with, if this is coming at you, Taurus, you know, if they're making you feel pressured, just say, you know, I'll get there, but I'm just not quite ready. I would like to enjoy our time together a little bit longer. But with Aeol, this is a very beneficial influence, whether it's a friend, whether it's a new love coming into your life, Taurus, it's a very beneficial influence. This is somebody who is going to be very protective, but it's also going to be a very strong friendship between the two of you. So, you got 2 runes of protection. So this is definitely a pretty big deal. Some of you be getting married. Remember, for some of you, this event would be talking about marriage, getting married. I mean, you'd be discussing that. If it's not happening, it still would have been somebody that you met. It seems like it would have been quick. it seems like it would have been a quick courtship. So maybe it started in Moon for some of you. Maybe you met this person in June, or maybe they have a Gemini influence, Gemini sun or rising. Even though we had this water sign, they could have, be like a Pisces with a Gemini rising or vice versa or something like that. So that's very interesting. Let me see what else is coming through here with this. Some of you could be meeting this new friend through a couple that you know. The lovers could be coming up as just like this couple, you know, your friends, your sister and her husband, your brother and his wife. They are introducing you to this new friend or love interest. They're helping you kind of meet this new person. So, couples will be a help to you in number, or you're becoming a couple. And the message here is not to give up just because there may be some, little bumps along the way. What must be accepted in the month of April? We've got the Eight of Swords, but it's in reverse. So we like the Eight of Swords better in reverse. So I feel like this is kind of coming out of feeling trapped or feeling isolated. Again, going back to this Hermit card. I feel like some of you, though, you've been isolated within your job, not just at home, because Faye, who is here in the reverse. And Earth signs can often be workaholics. You do tend to lose yourself in your careers in the pursuit of money, which is fine, but it does, this has been to, I think, the detriment for some of you of your social life, your dating life. You just go to work and you go home, and that especially been the case recently, especially if you've been through a breakup, through a divorce recently. You've and maybe because you've been concerned about money, or maybe because you have, you've lost this other income, so now you've been trying to work all the extra hours you can, do all the overtime, been trying to stay late to impress people so you can get the promotion. I mean, I really feel like you've been kind of in a bit of this mental prison. But it does seem like it's been an illusion, because that's the thing about the Eight of Swords. Is like in the upright, it's all about like feeling trapped, but you're not really. It's just your own mind creating this scenario. It's all an illusion. You can walk out at any time. Maybe though, for some of you, some sort of something that you're getting out of. And now it could be a job loss. I hate delivering that news, but with these two things together, it could certainly be a job loss of some sort, but it would be getting you out of a job that was either too much stress, was always causing anxiety, worry, too much pressure for not enough money, because what's coming up is tear. And it's kind of like, if that's the way it's working out for you, it seems like, Taurus, you're happy about it. So that's the way I see it applying to you. If that's the way it works out, like you're relieved pretty much to be done with it, even though now you have to look for work. This was too demanding. Some of you, though, not have even been there for too long. What I'm feeling for, and this may be for only a few people out there, is you started something interesting. Or maybe thereabouts. End of my early, you started a new job and they never paid you the amount you agreed on or negotiated, or what was on the actual, and they, whenever you brought it up, they refused to pay you what the contract said, and this is kind of like a Mercury retrograde energy. Like if you started a job during Mercury retrograde and it's like, oh, well, maybe you didn't read the contract or didn't read the fine details, or someone didn't, and now you're like, well, I'm out of here if I don't get paid. I feel like you're just saying that, we agreed on a certain amount of salary after so many days, like maybe it was supposed to go up in number after days or after you'd been working there a certain amount of time, and it's not on there, and you're like, hey, where's the money? So for some of you, it's just clearing up something like that. It could also be clearing up some sort of issue with like an overcharge, or with identity theft, I'm sorry to say. For some of you, you may find out somebody's been spending money on your stuff and you're like, hey, this needs to be fixed. you're going to win with this. The way it's coming through for most of you is it's like, you know, something was charged and you're like, what the hell? I didn't buy this. You know, someone getting your credit card number, somebody, and you know, it's a hassle. You're really, you know, upset about it. You feel like you're not going to be able to get it taken care of, and you do. Or you're not going to be able to get the money back, and you do eventually negotiate this. Now, for others of you, it's just you're leaving this stressful job for a new position, because your outcome for the month is AWAS. So that's all about shifts, changes, leaving one situation for another. Some of you may be relocating even for work, but I feel like for many of you, because the outcome with this is the Nine of Swords, there's still worry and anxiety. And to me, it feels like just the anxiety of newness. Like, okay, I've gotten out of this. That was horrible. But now I'm going into this new thing. What if it's just as bad as this? Or what, you know, you have trouble sleeping. Someone I feel has recently relocated or will be relocating in her. And there's this train or subway or something that goes by that keeps you up at night. It's just loud, or maybe you're over a fly zone and you didn't realize it when you agreed to purchase the place. That could be going back to this. You're like trying to get out of a lease or trying to, you know, get rid of a property, you know, get out of a property deal because it's just too loud where you're at. Could also be noisy neighbors, but it seems like more connected to transit, cars, vehicles constantly, or some sort of transit system that you didn't realize goes right by your place or something. But for most of you, I just feel like this is anxiety due to a shift or change. And for many of you, it seems connected to a new job and worrying that you're not going to be able to perform the duties that you need to. But having gone through this, I feel like you're going from bad to better, definitely. From stressful to better. I think this is just nerves. It's just, you know, the first day nerves that everybody has. So I think once you get going, once you get started, it's going to be much better. Some of you could just be anxiety that now, because you lost a job, you have to find a new one. But this is indicating that you're going to be getting news, you're going to be getting messages, you're going to be doing a lot of short distance travel, going on interviews, getting a lot of messages of interest. So I feel like whatever it is that however or whyever this money situation or financial source ends, it's for the best, because there's a better one coming in. So try not to lose sleep. Do your best to kind of talk yourself down if you're having a lot of anxiety, because you do, on the love front, relationship front, it actually looks like you've got some pretty fantastic things going on here. For some of you, those of you that are getting married, this is just nerves. Maybe nerves that maybe the other person's not going to show up. Maybe that's all this is for some of you. This promise, maybe you're like, oh God, what if he or she doesn't even show up and I'm standing up there by the night? I feel like for some of you, again, maybe it's just an illusion. You're making it up in your head. Both of these cards are about like anxiety over things that haven't even happened. So definitely, if that's an issue for you, if you have a lot of anxiety, you're definitely going to want to make sure your prescriptions are filled, that you have the help that you need with that, especially on a big day if you're getting married. But meet me over on Vimeo. I'm going to now shuffle Nature's Whispers. Want to see if we can get more guidance and spiritual wisdom on how to handle what's going on with this money stuff and the job change and the anxiety. I want to see what their advice is for you on that. So that link again is below. I'll see you over there, and I'll see you back here next time, Taurus. Thanks for watching.